Right, YouTube, big Mike without further ado retro. It's been a while. Is some more pickups videos. Cheers. Right, we've got quite a few pickups for you, so we'll get started. So here we go. The first one is a box only. It's Tiny Toon Adventures, Buster's Bad Dream. This is supposed to be a superb game. Really good game on Game Boy Advance. It's quite hard to pick up, so when the box came up, I picked it up because it's easier to get box only, and not it's quite hard to get the box, but cart only is easier to pick up. So when this comes about, I shall already have the box. I don't have the instructions, but I have the box. This will be ironed out and straightened out, and in the near future we should be getting Buster's Bad Dream on Game Boy Advance. So that's that one. Alright, the next one is, we'll start off with the boring ones first, really. Obligatory Super Monaco GP on the Mega Drive. This is only cart only, and it is missing tabs, which I'm a bit annoyed about. I thought that these are sort of a cleaner sort of versions of these, so, but it was £5 or less, so I prefer to get these on the single releases, as I'm not one for these mega game collections, 1, 2, 3, and God knows what. I like to have each individual game as they were released, rather than have them in collections. So that's Super Monaco GP. The next one is, no surprise, Super Monaco GP2. Again, this was less than, it was about £5, I think. Unfortunately, it's cart only again, and it is missing the hang tab, which is a little bit annoying. But again, another game wanted in the collection. So the box is quite rough on this one, so I might have to replace it. So, but that's Super Monaco GP, and Senna's Super Monaco GP nonetheless. And is a game that I purchased from a fellow tuber. I haven't actually met him yet, but I'm aware of his channel. I watch his channel. He's I believe he has some connection with Bristol, because he's none other than Gashead Steve. So, Big Mike, without further ado, Retro has purchased this off Gashead Steve on eBay. Like I say, Gashead Steve, being obviously a Gashead, I'd assume that he's a Bristol Rovers supporter. So, but he doesn't live in Bristol. So, but that's as long as he's still supporting them, then there's none of it. I don't watch football. I'm a boxing man myself, but Rovers and City, it's much the same to me. But I know Gashead Steve supports the Rovers, so yeah, I purchased this off Gashead Steve. He doesn't know me from Adam, but I am a subscriber to his channel, so it's a pleasure to get one of Gashead's games and keep it in a worthy collection. So right, next one. Right, up next is we're on to the C32. This is Chaos Engine. Obviously, you've seen me pick this up before. I picked this up again because it was going cheap, and I've got a feeling it might be in slightly better condition than the one I had. So, obviously, I'll keep the best one, and I will be selecting the best one to keep and selling the other one on, as or trading the other one on, whichever happens first, really. So, that's the Chaos Engine. So, on CD32, so we have two of those now. Right, I thought this game is so bad I have to have the proper version of it, not the pack-in title. So I was quite pleased with this actually, because I didn't know it actually came with the front cover. It just said the back cover and disc. So, but yeah, it is the infamous Dangerous Streets, and look at that. It couldn't be any worse if you tried, could it? But yeah, we have the infamous Dangerous Streets, the game that nearly single-handedly killed the Commodore Amiga. God knows who was in charge, but this was a pack-in title with the 1200 and the CD32, and it's not a good way to start off. You want to put it with a good game, not possibly one of the worst games I've ever seen on the system. But yeah, whoever was ever in charge there needed shooting or firing and getting a different job. But that is Dangerous Street, so I might even do a playthrough of it to show you how bad it is. It's awful. It's whether I can keep myself composed while I'm filming it, or just crying with laughter. Right, Brutal Football on the CD32. This seemed to be quite hard to pick up and to get for a reasonable price on the CD32. It's all over the shop on the 500 and 1200, but I think I picked this up for under £20. It's not like, it's very much like Speedball 2, but the other way round. So instead of running up and down, you run left to right, or right to left, depending on which team you're playing. It's not a poor man's Speedball 2. It's more of an equivalent. If you've had a bit too much of Speedball 2, you'll play something similar but slightly different. Brutal Football is a great game. So I had this back in the day on original, on the 500, I believe. I've now got it on the 1200 and on the CD32. So that is Brutal Football. And last but not least on the CD32 is Fury of the Fairies. I had this back in the day as well on the Amiga 500. I've got a big box version on, I believe it's a 500 edition, but now I have it on the CD32. So yeah, I love the artwork. I mean, look at that. He's there, he's all hairy, he's got his hairy toes and that, and on the back it's the back of him. Just really cool game. Very simple game. Each of the fairies has a different skill. I think one has a rope swing, one jumps high, one runs fast. And you use the skills to progress through the levels. Fantastic game. I really enjoyed it. So I've been after it on the CD32 for a while. And I managed to pick this up, I believe, for under £20. So it's another good one. And the next one is this. Well, oh Jesus, it's falling apart. I was going to say this will be used for a spare case, but no, it won't, because the case is knackered. So I picked this up because it was part of a bundle. This won't be getting much play time. It looks awful. It looks absolutely terrible. Yeah, I won't be playing this. I'll probably give this away at the next Blackpool event if anyone will take it. So I certainly don't want it in my collection. It looks awful. So, but it was part of a bundle. So you know, sometimes you got to take games that you don't want to get the games that you do want, because sometimes people can't see past the bundle. And the game that I actually did want was Escape from the Planet of Robot Monsters. My friend Rob really liked this back in the day. It's an isometric sort of puzzle game. I didn't know it's an actual arcade, so I didn't know it was an arcade. I can't remember if I remember on the Amiga and the Spectrum, but I've got a feeling someone said the other day this only came out on certain systems, so I could be wrong there. If anyone knows, please let me know. But that is Escape from the Planet of Robot Monsters, which is really cool. So got both of these together, I think, for about £8. So Escape from the Planet of Robot Monsters generally goes for more than that on its own. So that's what I picked up in the bundle. So that was that one. The next one is F17 Challenge by Team 17. I didn't want to pick, well, I wouldn't have generally picked this up, but Team 17 are a great team anyway. I can't remember what they were called when they were a demo team as well, something 17. But yeah, they've done some of the great games, Assassin, Super Frog, Alien Breed. In fact, they made the first ever game that I purchased legally on the Amiga. My first ever game ever to buy was Team 17's first ever game, which was Full Contact, which is it's quite a good game. It's an okay game. Back then, it was you know, the Amiga's not known for beat 'em ups really, but it was quite a cool game. Graphics were very impressive though, and the bit nicked from I think the movie's Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme's Shadow doing the workout in the beginning. Very, very cool. So yep, that's F17 Challenge, and that came as a bundle with another game, and I'll show you that in a moment. So the next one is a game that we have in big box form. So, but this was a freebie. The gentleman who I buy the majority of my games from, he bundled this in for free. He just chucked it in for free because I buy quite a few pieces off him. So, yeah, that's James Bond. So that will be going for trade to sell or trade. So, like I say, free games are much appreciated. The next one is Packland. I purchased this off of my good friend Rob. What that man doesn't know about packaging isn't worth knowing. It took me about half an hour to open the package that he put this in. You know, definitely be surprised if there's any damage to the game. You know, like I said, it took me about half an hour to get into the package. So, thanks very much, Rob. It'll be going to my collection, and it'll be well looked after and appreciated. So, from one good collector to another. So, and keeping it Pacman themed is Pacmania. A little bit dirty, it needs cleaning, so I'll give this a wipe down with a cloth. It's an isometric 3D version of Pacman, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, just seen this. I think it was under £10, so picked it up. So, and Packland, I think off my friend was about £6 delivered. So, right, it's on to the next ones. And sticking with the Amiga theme, we are now onto the Amiga big boxes. Right, first one is Sleepwalker. It's not a 1200 version, it's just a standard version. I think there is a 1200 version of this. But I think I'll pick this up for between... Oh, it's upside down. Yeah, I think I'll pick this up between £5 and £10. It's sort of like... almost a little bit like Lemmings. You got a guy who's sleepwalking, you're his dog, and you have to stop him from getting injured and make him from one way of the level across to the finish. So pretty cool idea. It was to do with comic relief back in the day. Yeah, I believe some of the proceeds would have gone to comic relief. Yeah, that was a Sleepwalker. So, pretty cool game. So, you know, not particularly well-known game or great game. But if it's cheap, then we're going to pick it up nonetheless. Next game. This is the game that was packaged in with the other game, which is Overdrive, again, by Team 17. Not the best of condition, but certainly not the worst. I think I picked up the two just over £10. I think this is a great game, actually. This is almost sort of Supercars 2-esque. Love Supercars 2, and well, I love Supercars and Supercars 2. Both go for ridiculous money. Trying to pick them up on the cheap if possible if they do come up. It's all about timing, being in the right place at the right time. So yeah, that's Overdrive by Team 17. The next one is a game I totally forgot about until I saw it on listings, and it's a game called Theatre of Death. I'm probably going to iron this box because it's a little bit knocked out of shape. But it's if I remember rightly, I had this back in the day. It's pretty cool. Isometric sort of graphics. And I imagine it's, if I'm right, it's a sort of cross between maybe Command and Conquer or like sort of like a Desert Strike type game. So if I remember right, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I remember I used to like it back in the day. So seen it for under £10 on the gentleman who I buy my stuff from, so I picked it up. So that was Theatre of Death by Psygnosis. The next game, very nice, very bright, colourful box, is Pushover. This wasn't to do with Quavers, this one, was it? I don't know if this had... Yeah, featuring a giant and his buddy Colin Curley, which was from Quavers. There he is there, Colin, look. So, that's some nasty damage there, but you won't see it from the front. It's like I say, if I'm going to hopefully try and do a display. But it's basically like a game with dominoes, I think, with this one. I remember playing it back in the day. It's not a fantastic game, but it's not a bad game. And to pick it up for under £10, why not? So, that is Pushover. And the last Amiga Big Box is really cool, nice, bright and colourful. Is Big Run on the Amiga again. Look at the artwork on that, some really nice artwork. It's by Storm. I would like to possibly get all of the Storm releases. I have Saint Dragon or SD Dragon, I think it's pronounced Saint Dragon. I've always pronounced it Saint Dragon. Big Run I've got obviously now. I believe they've done Double Dragon 2, which I don't have. They did Rodlands, which I'm really after, but it goes for really strong money. But I love the artwork on Rodlands. It's really nice, and it's a really cool game as well. Look at this, look. $25.99 back in the day boots. I don't leave things like this on my games as a rule. I will be taking that off, but bit of history there. I think this might be an arcade by Jellicoe. I'm not sure if they had an arcade, but I thought Jellicoe were arcade people. So, but what cool artwork. So that's that. And I can't remember if I gave a shout out to Mr. Bads. He has an absolutely awesome Amiga collection. Everything I've told you I thought was rare and you know, sought after, Mr. Bads seems to have. He's got, I believe he's got almost a complete Psygnosis collection, almost a complete Ocean collection, which is fantastic. I mean, I'm looking to get Toki, and I'm looking to get Pang, you know, and beach volley. I wasn't even aware, I wasn't even sure that beach volley had a big box release, but Mr. Bads has got it, so yeah, he does have it. So I believe he buys a lot of the games through a website in Europe. So I'm gonna have a look at that, and so because I do all my purchasing on eBay or through friends or local things, and or people know that I buy games and bring people along. So you know, I'm gonna try and get on the Facebook and these groups and that, and have a look at this site that Mr. Bads is on about. And he said that one of his mates has got on his last video, so mentioned one of his friends' sites. So all these new places to buy games from, is new places, new things in the arsenal, isn't it? So I should certainly be giving all of those a look. Right, let's move on to the next one. And by last, but by no means least, probably the best of the bunch, a couple of games that I've been trying to get hold of for a long time for a reasonable price. And these games are hard to get for, well, one of them's definitely hard to get for a reasonable price, which is Super Smash TV. PAL version. Okay, it needs a bit of a clean up. Some dirt here, sticker there, but I'm more than sure that this will come up okay. Yep, Super Smash TV. I had this back in the day. Absolutely love it. Have played it on the arcade once, but more my love affair with this game is more on the Super Nintendo. So yeah, absolutely love Smash TV. Got it on the Amiga. Now we've got we have the sequel as well, which is Total Carnage, but now we have it back on the Super Nintendo. So like I said, a bit of TLC, a bit of magic cleaning, and we shall have a nice clean copy, complete, of Super Smash TV. So that's that. We've been trying to get that back in the collection for a while. Goes for some strong money in certain places, but I saw this one, I saw this, and I thought that's not where it's torn. That's where someone's taken a label off and the label's still left there. So with the like I say, the cleaning fluid and label remover fluid, bit of TLC, we should be able to get that off and bring this up quite nicely. I believe I paid £25 and £3 delivery for this. So, but a nice quality, I mean a better condition copy than this. Going anything up to about £70 at the moment. It's average one's about £40, so to get this for 25 plus £3 delivery, so say £30 is a good bargain to start. Obviously, like I say, if I can bring it up, I reckon it'll be worth £40 upwards. Really, you know, the real nice copy is going for about £70. So some people are trying to get more than that, but you know. And the last one is Super Swiv. This is in a Sentinel case, so I won't take it out because I'm filming with the one hand at the moment. Love Swiv, and another Storm game. Love to get it on the Amiga. I believe on every system, Swiv is its own game. So Super Swiv is the Super Nintendo. Got Mega Swiv on the Mega Drive, which I have. Obviously Swiv on the Amiga. Obviously Swiv on the Amiga, Swiv on the SNES, and all that. They're the same games, obviously, but their own iterations. But I don't think you can go far wrong with Swiv. And Swiv is, I believe, somehow, Silkworm 4. So if you remember Silkworm, which was a side-scrolling shooting up where you could be a helicopter or the like sort of Jeep, the 4x4. This is number 4 of that. Now I don't know what happened to 2 and 3, but Super Swiv is Silkworm 4 apparently. So I could be wrong. If anyone knows and I'm talking absolute rubbish, please inform me and educate me in the comments, please. But that's Super Swiv. Pretty cool game. Like I say, really nice. Now, I did order this before off of someone else. And oh, look, Boots. This week's Without Threads We Do Retro was brought to you by Boots. But yeah, I did order this off of someone else, and basically it hasn't arrived. I messaged them and they said, oh, you know, I said it hasn't arrived. I said I've had all my other packages arrive. Don't want to sort of, you know, but did you send it late, or what's going on with it? Or, you know, you try and give people the opportunity first. They didn't get back to me for a while, which I was a bit worried, because I've had a few other little things where people haven't got back, and where it's only a few pound, and I generally didn't bother chasing it up, like, you know, but if you're like 20, 30 pounds for a game, it's worth chasing up, you know. So and about a week later they got in contact with me and said, oh, we're really sorry, we've been in touch with the post office, they've reimbursed them because they feel it must have been lost. They've managed to source another version, and if it's okay to send that along to me as in about the same condition. So I said, yeah, that's not a problem. The game is what I wanted. Since then, I've found this one and purchased this one. Obviously, I'll keep the best condition, the manual and everything, and then I've got another one to sell on. So, right, that's all. That's that for this week. I believe Tuesday we should be getting the Mega Drive. Going back about 20 years now, aren't I? The Xbox One X Scorpio Edition. I will be doing an unboxing of that. I've seen a lot of unboxings this week for YouTubers who've been donated them by Xbox with lots of games. This would be an honest review, honest unboxing from someone who's paid for it out of their own pocket. So yeah, and it's the Scorpio Edition as well. So it'd be interesting to see the differences of what the YouTubers, the sort of the famous YouTubers have got, and what the Scorpion Edition is. But hopefully it should be nice, and I look forward to receiving that. I look forward to showing you what's in the box. So, alright YouTube, we'll speak to you soon. Like, comment and subscribe, and take it easy. Cheers.